Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Magic Duels. So, quick update before we get into the matches. So, the subscriber tournament I have extended to another 24 hours. A few of you approached me with timing issues for your matchups, being in different time zones and stuff like that. So, the new deadline is Friday midnight GMT, so you have another 24 hours to get your matches in, so hopefully that is enough, and then if it's not, then I'll have to give points out appropriately for whichever situations are applicable. Anyway guys, without further ado, let's get into the games. See you there. Alrighty then, we're in, and we're on the draw, which means that this night is a lot better. We also have a Smuggler's Copter. This hand seems pretty stupidly good, so let's go with it. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have too much disruption for our hand, because it's quite tasty. And they're playing green-red, so there's a good chance they're not going to interrupt our plans. And that is a Blessed Alliance. Not too bad, not too bad. Pass the turn back. So next turn it's between Smuggler's Copter and just playing out a Free Blade. I think we're just going to go with the Copter. Black for our opponents, so they're on Jund. Okay. Might be super friends. It's too early to tell at this point. I think we'll just get out the Smuggler's Copter. Make sure we're set up quite nicely. Hopefully our opponent hits their land drop so that we get to hit ours. That'd be nice. Hopefully we also draw a land as well, so we can play Knight and Free Blade and get in with the Copter. Woodland Cemetery. Okay, still Jund. Foiled half of their lands, it seems. Our opponent doesn't play red very often, is my guess. Alright, just passes. We did hit our land, which means we can go Knight of the White Orchid. We have less lands than our opponent, so we get to search one out and put it into play untapped, which is wonderful. Exactly the reason why we have the Knight in play. And let's crew up before we play our follow-up creature, just in case that impacts the board in some way. Murder? Unlicensed Disintegration. Sure. That's fine. Nothing we can do about that except for play a Free Blade down. Hopefully hit with a land drop next turn. And hit our opponent for a silly amount. Because if we get a land drop next turn, we get to Always Watching and then follow that up with a Thalia's Lieutenant. Effectively giving these 2/2/2/2. That is a Crocodile of the Crossing. Has to put -1/-1 counters on itself. Taking it down to a 4/3. Alright, well, at the very least we get... Well, now we get to get in with everything. No blocks. We get to Renown our Free Blade, which means it blocks the Crocodile quite nicely. And Always Watching puts this to a 3/3 as well with First Strike, so we can leave that back if we want to as well. A Free Blade, again. What kind of mana are we working with? He's got board wipe colours open. It's a bit of an odd choice of a card though for what I assume this deck is, but I guess we'll just go with an Always Watching. So we're not actually adding too much to the board in terms of creatures from a board wipe, but we're also adding extra power. And we're getting to stay untapped for his Crocodile as well. So we've got protection from board wipes, protection from all of his creatures as well by the looks of things. Get in for another 3 and get a Renowned Free Blade. Both decent blockers for his Crocodile now if that's the case, although I'm not going to double block. We'll see what he wants to do. Woodland Cemetery. And Oath of Liliana. Okay, we'll sack a Free Blade. We've got another one in hand. And this blocks that, so it's all good. Walking Ballista. X1. Alrighty then. No longer hits any of our creatures, thanks to Always Watching. It can help fight some creatures though. My expectation is that we attack him with a Knight and he probably blocks and sacks. Or just takes it. We'll see. Can't deal any damage to this knight when it goes in for the attack anyway. So our opponent's disconnected. Guessing they know they've lost then. Okay, well, we could Freeblade and Lieutenant for an extra little bit of damage. I can't see why not, to be honest. Yeah, why not? Lieutenant pumping up all of our creatures. Still susceptible to a Languish, but a Yeheni's expertise no longer hits our biggest creatures. Get him for 4, see if he blocks. He does block and sack. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be able to hit for a butt ton next turn. If we hit a land, we can Trial plus Grasp, which would be nice. Which means he'd be tapping down one of his creatures, plus pumping up one of ours quite significantly. Goes with a Liliana's Death Majesty. Anything in the graveyard to pull back? Nope. So we're going to be ticking up to get a zombie, milling 2 cards, Disintegration and a Flesh Bag. It's an interesting build he's got here. Give him that. Okay. So we could Blade Whirl plus Grasp, which would take Thalia's Lieutenant up to a 4/4, being able to tap down a zombie or something like that. Yeah. Because we'd have First Strike as well, so there's going to be a lot of chump blocking here. Alright, give him First Strike. Pump up the Lieutenant as well. On it's not a human. Oh, never mind. That doesn't really change anything though. Grasp on the Lieutenant. Swing in with everything. I don't think we care about Liliana anymore. As for what we tap down, I guess... Guess the Crocodile so he can't reanimate it. And then kill one of his tokens to make it nice and big. Getting a token off the board is just gone permanently this way. Decides to chump anyway. Okay. Cool. And pass the turn. So, just fading board wipes here. As long as we can do that, we're fine. No follow-up creatures? No, he does have an Exemplar of Strength. Enters as a 1/1. Because it gets its counters. Ticking up. Oh, we need to hit this Liliana pretty quickly. And a Tiles Tracker. Alright, well, we have 4 creatures. We're going to be able to tap one down as well, so should be fine. And a Freeblade. Okay. Can't trigger our Blade Whirl at all. How do we want to attack here? So we could Trial, which kills a lot more of their creatures, depending on how they block. We're going at Liliana with everything though, so I'm not sure. Alternatively, we could just Freeblade, which pumps the Lieutenant up, swing in with everything. And he pretty much trades with anything we play, so yeah, seems good enough. Given a pump, go to combat. We want to hit Liliana, tap down you, so that if he wants to kill the Lieutenant, he has to double block. And just goes for chumps. Okay, trades off the Tiles Tracker with our Blade Whirl, that's fine. Pass the turn. Liliana's down to 3, so she's no longer an issue for us. Takes 1 to tick up. So it's going to be a long time until anything decent comes of that. We could Blessed Alliance if he goes in for an attack here, which he won't. Okay, so just hit our opponent until he dies. Hissing Quagmire. Alright. Well, our opponent's probably just dead now, right? Injury. Oh. No. Why would you do such a thing? Another Grasp, which means we tap down our opponent. And that is just going to be game. Alright. Grasp on there. Tap down both creatures when we attack. Head straight for our opponent. Tap and tap. GG. Skadoosh. Down to 7, down to dead. Awesome. That was very successful. Right, moving on. See you in the next match. Alrighty then, we're in and we're on the play. We have a turn 1 play into a turn 2 play into a turn 3 play, so absolutely keeping this. A cartouche to bounce back the trial as well is awesome. So, let's play the Expedition Envoy and pass the turn over. We'll probably use this cartouche to bounce the trial. If we get any exert creatures or anything like that as well, having Vigilance on hand is pretty sweet. Red mana for our opponent is slightly unfortunate sights for us. There's a third land that we need. Okay. So let's swing for 1. See if our opponent has Magma Spray, Shock, anything of that sort. Not right now, they don't. Alright, let's go with a Free Blade then. Save the Blade Whirl for a time when First Strike matters. Pass the turn over. Green, red, Twin Bolt. Goodbye, Envoy. Oh, I'm just going straight for the Free Blade. Expected Envoy and face there, but sure. That works. Blessed Alliance. Alright. Really want to see a few more creatures, though. Hit our opponent for 2. And then I think we're just going to go Plains, play the Blade Whirl. And I could get an extra token out, but a Twin Bolt takes both of them out, so I think we'll skip that. Yet again, keep the trial around with the cartouche. Nice little synergies there if we have a board state at the end of this. Alright, that's a 3/2 trampler that can make other wolves indestructible. Is this werewolves? It's been a while. It has been a while. Alright, well, we're going to go Plains, and we're going to go Trial. Give everything +2/+1. And... So, we can cartouche either one of these creatures. I guess the Envoy, because it will go back to a 2/1, so we want the Twin Bolt protection from a cartouche. It'll bounce the trial back, so we can use that next turn as well, with an extra token on board. So we'll give this first strike so it can get in. That's a 5/3, makes a 1/1, bounces the trial. And swing for 5. Sweet. Taking our opponent to 11 by the looks of it. Yep. Alrighty then. What's our opponent's follow-up play then? They concede. Alright. It's a pretty decent follow-up play. An Arlen Cord on the battlefield and you're conceding. Okay. Little odd, I'd say. Ticking up on Okay, AI, you're doing weird things. Alright, we're going to go Plains and Trial, holding up a Blessed Alliance. So, if we swing in with everything he trades and he takes 7. And then he makes a 2-2, possibly another blocker. Actually, he doesn't trade his first strike. He'd trade there and take 8. I think it's still worth it. We can make him sack it on the way back if he doesn't block with it, of course, but he's going to have to because he has to die. Yeah, alright. Goodbye, Bladewell. So we've got protection from hasty creatures. That is a 2-2 first striker. Ooh. Gives it haste, so if he attacks, he loses. And he loses. Alright. Sack an attacking creature. Unless he's got a follow-up play here, anyway. If he has a follow-up play, then he takes 1, buys himself another turn. He does. Okay. Sylvan Advocate is a pretty decent follow-up. And we hit lands, so our opponent is going to be able to draw out of this and possibly win. We swing like that, he has to block the first striker or die, so we get 1 in and kill his Advocate. Sweet. Keep the land in hand. Might need it to loot away in the future, perhaps. When it ends the battlefield, it does 1 damage to each 2 creatures. Oh, god damn it. Are you kidding me? Goodbye, token. Ticks up. That's a Vigilant Trample 5-4, so you can get in with it. Has to trade it off to our Envoy, though. So, we're just kind of in this situation. Ooh, Devoted Cropmate. We're in the situation now where 2 creatures would be enough for him to get out of this, but... Or anything with 4 toughness will also save him. Alright, we'll play our Cropmate. So we can go a little bit wider next turn. Opponent needs 2 creatures now. And... Reclamation Sage. Okay. Kills our Cartouche. Brings you down to a 2-1. Both are still lethal, though. And makes a wolf token. Hello, Ketra. Right, so we exert the Cropmate, getting back Bladewell, giving them both first strike, which means they both trade. Oh, they both chump, sorry. And then we play a Ketra. Okay, so swing in. Add our opponent. Exerting you, getting back our first striker. Everything gets first strike, so everything trades. Oh, jump, sorry. And we play a Ketra. Play the land this time, just in case we end up having to make tokens. See what our opponent can do. That's a Dustwatch Recruiter. They did a thing. Creatures you control have haste and have tap. This creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player. Deals 2 to us and kills himself. Alright. Ketra's getting in. And we have an Envoy. Cool. And that's going to be game. Sweet. That the first time I've seen an AI ultimate a planeswalker that's not a Gideon anyway. I think it might be. In fact, it's probably the first time I've even seen that -6 emblem being cast by anyone. But there you go. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. So if you did enjoy the content, then be sure to leave a like. It helps me out a great deal. Lets me know you're enjoying the series. If you do enjoy Magic, then be sure to check out my Twitch streams on Sundays, midnight GMT. There will be a video on the channel as a notification when we go live as well. So if you follow me on Twitch or follow me on YouTube with that little bell icon next to the subscription button, you'll get a notification for one or the other. Maybe even both, I don't know. So be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon as well to get notifications, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.